Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Let's go start now. Conan reveals shocking details on Rey Mysterio's unmasking. Inside scoop on the iconic moment, keep watching. Rhea Ripley defeated Liv Morgan to reclaim the Women's World Championship on the debut of WWE Raw on Netflix. The match was a culmination of issues between the two over the last few years. The two stars have faced off so much lately that their match on Raw's Netflix premiere should definitively end their feud. They claimed it would before facing off, but it wouldn't be the first time WWE ignored something said in a promo. Now that Rhea has a different woman standing atop the mountain, who will climb to the summit to collide with the Eradicator. The next 5 women could challenge Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. Despite already falling to Ripley in a street fight, Raquel Rodriguez could easily stake claim to a shot at the new Women's World Champion. She could blindside Mammy in a fit of rage while seeking revenge for Morgan. WWE will need to keep Ripley busy until WrestleMania 41, and Rodriguez isn't currently in a spot to be in such a high-profile match at the Showcase of the Immortals. Facing her at the Elimination Chamber PLE or another event before April would be a good feud for the new champion. It would also be another chapter in their rivalry dating back to their time in NXT. A few big names could be on the way back to active WWE status within the next month. Charlotte Flair has been gone for over a year with an ankle injury. Becky Lynch was in promotional material for Raw on Netflix. Alexa Bliss is another former world champion who will pop up soon. She's been on maternity leave for over a year, but has been getting back in ring shape for a potential return. Raw's women's division needs a big boost, and Bliss's return could do just that. Things could still change with the new transfer window introduced in December. Bringing in the talented Little Miss Bliss to face the Eradicator could be a blockbuster. She's one of the few women in WWE who can cut believable promos and have good matches. Roxanne Perez just lost the NXT Women's Championship to Julia at New Year's Evil. She's already a 2-time champ and appeared in the last 2 Royal Rumbles. If there's a star from the black and silver brand who's ready to join the main roster, it's the Prodigy. Perez and Ripley have already crossed paths a few times. If she remains a cocky and confident heel, the 23-year-old would be a good foil on the road to WrestleMania. It could also set the stage for a later showdown where the Prodigy is the victor. That would play on Ripley's journey of falling to Flair after such a great run in NXT. Jordynne Grace could also make sense, but she is not signed to a WWE deal at the moment. There aren't a lot of viable first-time Royal Rumble winners slated as favorites for the 2025 version. Io Sky is one of the few names to make sense as someone to emerge as the winner for the 30 Women content on February 1 this year. She's been without a title since WrestleMania 40, but has become a fan favorite. Sky also missed out on the Women's Intercontinental Championship Tournament final. Ripley and Sky teamed up for the War Games match at Survivor Series 2024. They also shared a moment where both women held onto the title at the same time before Sky challenged Morgan at Saturday night's main event. It could be a rare case of face versus face for the title. Becky Lynch fell to Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 40. Ripley then relinquished the title due to injury, and the man won the vacant gold. Morgan then managed to steal the title from Lynch with the help of Dominic Mysterio, and then kept it thanks to the Judgment Day. While the man has been out of action since last June, all signs point to Lynch returning fairly soon. She's a top name who is used to promote Raw on Netflix, and could boost a division that needs a jolt. If Sky doesn't win the Royal Rumble, the winner will likely be someone who's already outlasted 29 other women previously. The man makes sense, and could try to wrest the title from Ripley at the Show of Shows for a second time. It would be a Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns-like situation if WWE decides the 2 women must fight for the title in April. Charlotte Flair would also make sense, but they've squared off twice at the Show of Shows already. As Rhea Ripley continues to dominate the WWE Women's division as the Women's World Champion, there are several talented stars who have the potential to rise to the occasion and challenge her for the title. While Ripley has proven herself as a powerhouse and an incredibly formidable champion, The landscape of WWE's women's division is brimming with rising stars and established superstars capable of stepping up to the challenge. Below are 5 WWE stars who can challenge Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. Raquel Rodriguez has already been a strong contender in the women's division, and her imposing size and strength make her one of the most obvious challengers for Rhea Ripley. Rodriguez's background in amateur wrestling and her powerhouse style of wrestling gives her the strength to compete against Ripley's raw power, making their eventual clash inevitable. Raquel's ability to dominate in the ring with moves like the Tajana Bomb and her athleticism for a woman of her size are qualities that would give Rhea Ripley a run for her money. Moreover, their mutual history of competing for titles, including their participation in tag teams like Raquel's pairing with Liv Morgan, showcases how their in-ring chemistry could lead to an intense rivalry. Raquel's growth as a singles competitor has been evident since she joined the main roster, and with the right storyline, she could be positioned as a strong challenger to Ripley, possibly leading to a high-stakes encounter at a major pay-per-view event like WrestleMania or SummerSlam. Shayna Baszler is another formidable contender who could pose a serious challenge to Rhea Ripley. As a former MMA fighter, Baszler brings an intense submission-based style to the ring, making her a credible threat against Ripley's powerhouse approach. Baszler's psychological warfare and ruthless aggression could create a dynamic where Ripley's brute force meets Baszler's technical submission expertise. Shayna has been a dominant force in the women's division in the past and has already been a 2-time WWE Women's Tag Team Champion. While she has had a complex relationship with her past tag partner, Ronda Rousey, Baszler's desire for solo success has always been clear. If positioned as a challenger for Ripley's title, Baszler could focus on targeting Ripley's weaknesses in submission wrestling, looking to break Ripley's limbs or wear her down with calculated attacks. Their rivalry would be an interesting contrast of styles, with Baszler's methodical approach challenging Ripley's high-impact offense. Charlotte Flair is a perennial main eventer in WWE and arguably one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time. Flair has a long history of winning championships, and her ability to adapt to any opponent's style, whether it be technical wrestling, high-flying, or power-based offense, makes her a dangerous contender for Rhea Ripley. The dynamic between Ripley and Flair has been teased before, most notably during Ripley's victory over Charlotte at WrestleMania 36 for the NXT Women's Championship. Their previous encounters have been marked by Flair's technical mastery and Ripley's raw physicality. A rematch between these two would undoubtedly be a show-stealing contest. Flair's legendary pedigree, combined with her in-ring ability and past successes, makes her an evergreen threat to any champion, and Rhea Ripley would be no exception. A storyline that pits Charlotte Flair against Ripley could easily center around Flair seeking to reclaim her throne as the Queen of WWE, but Ripley would have no problem showing her why she is the new ruler of the women's division. Bianca Belair, the EST of WWE, is one of the most athletic women WWE has ever seen. Known for her unmatched strength, speed, and resilience, Belair has been a top star in WWE since she captured the SmackDown Women's Championship at WrestleMania 37. She has a reputation for being able to outlast her opponents in high-stakes matches, and her athleticism and sheer strength would make her a perfect match for Rhea Ripley. Belair's incredible accomplishments in WWE, including her Royal Rumble victory and her multiple championship reigns, have cemented her as one of the top stars of her generation. Ripley and Belair's clash would be an exciting contest between two women who have proven they can hold their own against the best in WWE. While Ripley might have a slight edge in terms of power, Belair's speed, agility, and explosive offense make her a dangerous competitor, capable of turning the tide of any match. Their rivalry could center around Belair's desire to prove that no one is as strong or resilient as she is. Ripley's dominance in the women's division would certainly be tested by the dynamic offense and athleticism of Belair, making this potential match a must-watch. While Jade Cargill is a relatively new addition to WWE, she has already proven herself as a force to be reckoned with. Before joining WWE, Cargill was an undefeated champion in AEW. and she brings that aura of invincibility to the table. At 6'0", Cardle shares a similar size and power advantage to Ripley, making her one of the few women in WWE who could physically match up with the Women's World Champion. Cargill's imposing presence and incredible strength are what sets her apart from most other women in the division. She has the potential to be the next top star in WWE, and a feud with Rhea Ripley could be the perfect way to establish her as a true main eventer. The storyline would likely revolve around Cargill seeking to prove that she is the top powerhouse in WWE, and Ripley would have to face the challenge of someone who is equally as dominant as she is. Their matches would be an incredible display of strength, with both women pushing each other to new heights. Cargill's combination of raw power, athleticism, and cocky attitude would make for an exciting rivalry with Ripley, one that could lead to an explosive feud for the championship. Rhea Ripley has established herself as a dominant women's world champion, but there are plenty of superstars within the women's division who have the potential to challenge her reign. From powerhouses like Raquel Rodriguez and Jade Cargill to technical submission specialists like Shayna Baszler, there are a variety of compelling challengers who could dethrone Ripley in the future. Whether it's a high-flying athletic showdown with Bianca Belair or a grudge match with Charlotte Flair, each of these potential challengers brings something unique to the table. The future of the WWE Women's World Championship is filled with exciting matchups, and Rhea Ripley's reign will likely continue to be tested by these incredible women, each vying for the opportunity to take her place at the top of the division.